Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you. I am Shriya Kundu and I welcome you to News 9 as we bring you all the latest updates and the top stories of this hour right here. Well, those were some of the quick headlines which we began with, and now we're getting into the story that has taken center stage today as we speak. Yes, we are speaking of actor Saif Ali Khan having been stabbed in a shocking incident at his residence in Bandra. Let's take you through the details so far. Well, in a shocking incident that has left one of the poshest neighborhoods in India completely shaken yet again, Bollywood actor Saif Ali Khan sustained multiple injuries after an intruder attacked him with a knife at his Mumbai residence in the early hours of Thursday, January 16, 2025. The actor was in fact rushed to the Neyyattinkara hospital in Mumbai after sustaining 6 serious injuries from the stabbing incident. In the latest update, Dr. Neeraj Uttamani, the COO of Neyyattinkara Hospital, confirmed that Saif is now out of danger after undergoing a 2.5-hour surgery and is currently undergoing further procedures to repair his wounds and is in the ICU. Let's listen in to what the doctor had to say.
उनका ऑपरेशन मिस्टर सैफ अली खान का ऑपरेशन अच्छे से हो गया है। उनका न्यूरो सर्जरी और प्लास्टिक सर्जरी दोनों कंप्लीट हुआ है और उनको ऑपरेशन थिएटर से हमने आईसीयू में शिफ्ट किया है फॉर 1 डे ऑब्जर्वेशन। आफ्टर दैट वी विल डिसाइड टुमारो। राइट नाउ इट इज लुकिंग एब्सोल्युटली फाइन। ही इज ऑन रिकवरी पाथ। The recovery should be 100% as per our initial understanding. सर, हाँ, तो दो एकदम गहरी चोटें हैं, इमीडिएट है और एब्रेशन जैसा खरोच से कैसे आ जाता है, तो चाकू का नोक से ऐसा खरोच से आ गया है। इतना बड़ा 2.5 इंच का चाकू का पीस अंदर स्पाइन से हमने निकाला है। डॉक्टर डांगे उस बारे में आपको ठीक से बताएंगे।
थोड़ा पिछाड़ जाओ, बोलने दो आपको, बोलने दो।
So Mr. Saif Ali Khan was admitted in the morning at 2 a.m. at Neyyattinkara Hospital with alleged history of assault by some unknown person. At 2 a.m. he sustained major injury to the thoracic spinal cord due to lodged knife in the spine. Surgery was performed to remove the knife and also repair the leaking spinal fluid. 2 other deep wounds on his left hand and one on the neck was repaired by plastic surgery team. The entire surgery was monitored by Dr. Srinivas Kudwa as a cardiologist because of his other condition. He is completely stable now. He is recovering well and out of danger.
Now, Mumbai Police's crime branch has taken up the investigation into the matter and several people have been questioned while phones of the security and staffers working at the actor's residence have been seized. The suspect, remember, fled the scene right after the attack. Forensic experts in the crime branch team had reached Saif's residence as soon as they were apprised about the situation. Let's listen in to what the DCP had to say on the matter with regards to how far the probe has reached at this point.
एक्यूज्ड एक्टर के घर पे गया था, ऐसा इन्वेस्टिगेशन में पता चला है। एक्यूज्ड फायर एस्केप का यूज़ करके इनके घर पे गया था, ये भी पता चला है। अभी तक के इन्वेस्टिगेशन में ये एक चोरी का अटेम्प्ट था, ऐसा हमारे इन्वेस्टिगेशन में निष्पन्न हुआ है। एक्यूज्ड को जल्दी अरेस्ट करने की कोशिश हमारी चल रही है और एक बार एक्यूज्ड अरेस्ट हो जाता है तो उसके बाद आगे के डिटेल्स ये हम आपसे डिस्क्लोज कर पाएंगे। एक एक्यूज्ड आइडेंटिफाई हो चुका है, उसने स्टेयरकेस का यूज़ किया था, ये पता चला है। उस एक्यूज्ड को अरेस्ट करने के लिए टीम्स फील्ड पर है।
Meanwhile, Maharashtra Chief Minister Fadnavis has reacted on the incident as well and said that one incident does not mean that Mumbai is unsafe. Let's listen into what the Chief Minister had to say.
कि इसके बारे में पुलिस ने आपको सारी जानकारी दी हुई है, ये किस प्रकार का हमला है, इसके पीछे क्या है, किस प्रकार की मंशा से ये हुआ, ये सारी चीजें आपके सामने आ चुकी हैं। कि इसके बारे में पुलिस ने आपको सारी जानकारी दी हुई है, ये किस प्रकार का हमला है, इसके पीछे क्या है, किस प्रकार की मंशा से ये हुआ, ये सारी चीजें आपके सामने आ चुकी हैं।
Now, with that, ladies and gentlemen, let us first take you through what exactly has the investigation revealed so far. We will take you through it in details. Here are some of the major details and highlights that have come out of the investigation. On your screens right now, this is how the attack unfolded. We are bringing to you the exact timeline of how things went about from around a rough timeline of 2 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. Now, the intruder had entered Saif's residence and had engaged in an argument with the actor's housekeeper is what we are learning. That is the first incident that had taken place between this timeline. Next up, we see at around 2:30 a.m. and then moving on to in fact 3 a.m. roughly, Saif had woken up because of the commotion that was taking place at Jehangir's room, and he went up to check what exactly was happening. That's when he found out that there is an intruder in the room and he tried to defend all the people, and that is when the stabbing attack took place. Then he was rushed. In fact, that is when the multiple times he was stabbed by the intruder, post which he was then rushed to the Lilavati hospital in the morning itself. 6 stab wounds, ladies and gentlemen, is what we are bringing to you, out of which, remember, 2 of them are extremely severe. One of them was in fact right near the spinal cord, out of which a 2.5 inches object has in fact been recovered, or rather taken out by the doctors during the surgery that's taken place today. 3:30 a.m. is when he had been hospitalized for an emergency surgery at the Lilavati hospital, and this entire news came out around 4 o'clock, and 5:30 a.m. is when Saif finally did go in for the surgery. Remember, the doctor has said that the surgery lasted, for the major surgery that took place, lasted for about 2.5 hours is what we are learning so far. And 9:30 a.m. the medical staff had said that Saif's condition has stabilized, to the big relief of not only his family members but also the entire nation with regards to this entire attack that had shaken everybody up. Now, next up, we'll also take you through the investigation as we were speaking about as to what all exactly happened. The intruder allegedly enters Jehangir's room. We brought to you the timeline as well, post which it's understood by the police after the preliminary reports have come out that he did not use the main gate, neither did he use the lift. He used the staircase to go upstairs to the room, and he also attacked the housekeeper Lima. Remember, both Lima and Saif had in fact undergone major stabbing injuries. Saif had entered the room on hearing the commotion, as we just brought to you in the timeline, and then we also learned that he had used a sharp weapon. Again, the weapon right now, from what the initial reports have suggested, it's being revealed that it was a knife, but again, reports haven't confirmed anything for sure. These are only preliminary reports of the probe that's come out. As we just said, Saif and the housekeeper both were injured by the intruder, and post which we also have some more details for you with regards to the police and the investigation that has continued. Crime branch members and the forensic teams had already reached, and then the police recorded the housekeeper's statement as well. Again, no signs of forced entry was found by the forensics team, is what so far is being revealed by the investigation. And then we also see that the police had questioned 3 of the support staff members. Remember, Saif and Kareena have somewhat around 13 people at their particular house who are there as the staff members, out of whom 3 have been detained and questioned at length. Again, CCTV footages were also being examined at length. And post that, these are some other details with regards to the injuries that we have been in fact bringing to you, which is the fact that Saif is A, out of danger, and B, a weapon has been pulled out of his spine. Remember, 6 injuries, out of which 2 of them were rather deep. Post this, let's take you through some more responses that have in fact come into this very story.
सैफ अली खान के साथ जो इंसिडेंट हुआ ये काफ़ी निंदनीय है और मैं इंडियन फिल्म एंड टेलीविजन डायरेक्टर एसोसिएशन, फेडरेशन ऑफ वेस्टर्न इंडिया सीनियर एम्प्लॉयज़ और इम्पा की तरफ से इस हादसे को, इस इंसिडेंट को कंडेम करता हूँ। हम लोग कंसर्न हैं सैफ अली खान की सेहत के लिए, उनकी फिज़िक के लिए और उनके साथ जो अटैक हुआ। सवाल ये उठता है कि उस बिल्डिंग की सिक्योरिटी क्या कर रही थी, सिक्योरिटी गार्ड्स क्या कर रहे थे। और आजकल जबकि इतनी ऐप्स आ गए हैं, इतनी सिक्योरिटी एजेंसीज़ के लिए चीज़ें आ गई हैं कि जब कोई आपके घर पे आता है तो आप पहले पूछते हो, आपका मैसेज आता है कि ये शख्स आया हुआ है, इसको ऊपर आने देना है कि नहीं देना है। हर सोसाइटी में, पूरे देश में, हर जगह ये इम्प्लीकेशंस आजकल हो गए हैं। तो पहला जो सिक्योरिटी एजेंसी है बिल्डिंग की, और ख़ास करके जब सेलिब्रिटी होता है तो उसके अपने गार्ड्स होते हैं, अपनी सिक्योरिटी होती है, एक एक्स्ट्रा माइल जाकर वो शख्स जो है अपनी सिक्योरिटी का ख्याल रखता है। उनके अगेंस्ट एक्शन होना चाहिए। और कौन है ये शख्स जिसके इतने गट्स हैं कि रात के 2:30 बजे अर्ली मॉर्निंग जो है वो किसी के घर में घुसता है? कौन है जिसने दरवाज़ा खोला? मुझे लगता है कि कोई बंदा जान पहचान का ही होगा जिसके लिए दरवाज़ा खोला गया, अगर दरवाज़ा खुला है तो। वैसे ये पूरी जो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है पुलिस की, और मुझे लगता है कि मुंबई पुलिस जो है वो काफ़ी सशक्त है, वो बहुत जल्द से जल्द इस क्रिमिनल को पकड़ेगी और उसके अगेंस्ट सीरियस लीगल एक्शन लेगी। मैं इतना ही कहना चाहूँगा कि हमारी इंडस्ट्री जो है वो बहुत ही सत्ते में है और कामना करते हैं हम ऊपर वाले से कि ऐसे हादसे न हों। सिक्योरिटी गार्ड, सिक्योरिटी एजेंसीज जो हैं वो सतर्क रहें और ऐसे हादसे फिर से नहीं होने चाहिए। और मुझे इस बात का यकीन है कि ये बंदा जो है ये पकड़ा जाएगा और इसका सलूशन निकलेगा। फिर से मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि हम सब कामना करते हैं, हम सब ऊपर वाले से ये मिन्नत करते हैं कि सैफ जो है वो जल्द से जल्द ठीक हो जाए, उसकी फैमिली जो है फिर से कॉन्फिडेंस गेन करे और इससे जल्द से जल्द बाहर आए।
ताज्जुब की बात यह है कि जिस बिल्डिंग में वो रहते हैं वहाँ सिक्योरिटी बहुत ही सक्षम है। 3-4 लेयर की सिक्योरिटी है, जहाँ आपको रजिस्टर पे साइन करने होते हैं, आपको अपना मोबाइल नंबर लिखना होता है, आपको हस्ताक्षर करने होते हैं और सीसीटीवी कैमरास भी लगे हुए हैं। और क्योंकि एक सेलिब्रिटी का घर है तो सुरक्षा तो उसकी भी अपनी होगी अपने घर में। इन तमाम सुरक्षाओं के बावजूद वो हमलावर कैसे पहुंचा फ्लैट के अंदर? अब मैं उसे चोर कहूं या मैं उसे हमलावर कहूं, ये कहना मुश्किल है। उसकी नीयत क्या थी वहां जाने की? वो सिर्फ चोरी करना चाहता था या उसका इरादा हमला करने का था, और वो भी जानलेवा हमला करने का था? तो जब तक वो पकड़ा नहीं जाएगा तब तक ये बातें सामने नहीं आएंगी, लेकिन यकीनन पकड़ा जाएगा। मुंबई पुलिस जो है वो बहुत सक्षम है वो, और वो पकड़ा तो जाएगा। लेकिन देखिए, ऐसी घटनाएं जो हैं वो बदस्तूर हो रही हैं, और आज से नहीं हो रही हैं, ये तो 30 साल से हो रही हैं।
हाय, नमस्ते। मुझे सैफ के बारे में जान के बहुत दुख हुआ, और मैं अपने जो सिक्योरिटीज़ होती है, चाहे वो बिल्डिंग की है या अपने बंगले की सिक्योरिटीज़ है, उनको लेके मैं प्रश्न चिंतित हूँ कि ये अपने मालिक की ज़िंदगी को इतने हल्के से क्यों लेते हैं। क्या उनको पगार सही ढंग से नहीं मिलती है? मैं तो चाहूँगी कि वो अपने ये जो सिक्योरिटी है उनको बहुत प्यार से रखा जाए, ताकि वो अपने मालिक के जीवन को महत्व दे, तवज्जो दे। और ये सिर्फ सैफ तक ये इंसिडेंट सिमिट नहीं है, ये काफ़ी जगह ये ऐसे हादसे हो रहे हैं और सुनते आ रही हूँ, चाहे वो गुजरात में हो, राजकोट में है, बॉम्बे में है। थोड़ी सी हल्की सी आंख लग जाती है, चोर घुस जाते हैं, तो ये अपनी सिक्योरिटी को थोड़ा टाइटन करने की ज़रूरत है। और तब तक मैं सैफ के बारे में बहुत चिंतित हूँ। मैं ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करूँगी ध्यान में जाके कि उनका स्वास्थ्य जल्दी से ठीक हो जाए।
Now moving on, when we speak of this attack that's taken place on the actor, and that too in his own residence, there is a lot of questions that's coming up to the fore, and one of them especially that has in fact cropped up and become the question of the hour is how such an incident could take place in one of the poshest localities of the country. Because this is not the first time, ladies and gentlemen, that Bandra has seen attacks on high profile individuals. Earlier, Baba Siddiqui was shot dead on October 12th of 2024 near son Zishan Siddiqui's office in Bandra East. Next up, the Bishnoi gang had fired at Salman Khan's bungalow on April 14th for his alleged involvement in killing of a black buck in Rajasthan. Security measures were upgraded at his residence following the attack. A bulletproof security screen was in fact recently installed at his residence as well. And the latest attack is on Saif Ali Khan, which shows that despite being a high-profile suburb, security in the area has been failing short. Let's listen in to what Priyanka Chaturvedi and Arvind Kejriwal had to say on this very matter.
आज सवेरे सवेरे जो सैफ अली खान जी के बारे में खबर आई बहुत ही शॉकिंग है, पर सरप्राइजिंग नहीं है। सरप्राइजिंग इसलिए नहीं है क्योंकि लगातार हम देख रहे हैं किस तरीके से सेलिब्रिटीज़ पे अटैक हो रहे हैं, चाहे वो सलमान खान जी हों, चाहे वो बाबा सिद्दीकी जी का मर्डर हो, और अब सैफ अली खान जी को लेकर ये कहा जा रहा है कि एक चोर ने घुसने की कोशिश की, वहाँ पे उनको स्टैब किया और वो अभी लीलावती में उनकी सर्जरी जारी है। मैं आपको याद दिला देना चाहूँ, जब लॉरेंस बिश्नोई ने उनके घर के बाहर, सलमान खान के घर के बाहर शूट किया था, उसकी जिम्मेदारी लेते हुए अब तक लॉरेंस बिश्नोई से कोई इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं हो पाया है, क्योंकि गुजरात पुलिस ने डिनाई कर दिया है मुंबई पुलिस को कोई इन्वेस्टिगेशन करने से। उसी के श्रृंखला में फिर बाबा सिद्दीकी जी की दिन दहाड़े हत्या कर दी जाती है, फिर से लॉरेंस बिश्नोई उसकी जिम्मेदारी लेता है। और जब चार्जशीट होती है, खुद बाबा सिद्दीकी जी के जो सुपुत्र हैं ज़ीशान सिद्दीकी ने कहा, ही एक्सप्रेस डिससैटिस्फैक्शन इन्वेस्टिगेशन को लेकर। उन्होंने कहा जो सही मायने में इसके जिम्मेदार हैं, कहीं ना कहीं उनको राहत दी जा रही है, वो अभी तक न्याय का इंतज़ार कर रहे हैं। सलमान खान जी को अपना घर बुलेट प्रूफ करना पड़ रहा है अपनी सुरक्षा को लेकर, और अब सैफ अली खान ये फिर से कहूँगी कि लॉ एंड ऑर्डर व्यवस्था जो मुंबई की है वॉज कंसिडर्ड वन ऑफ द बेस्ट इन द वर्ल्ड, सिर्फ देश में ही नहीं, वन ऑफ द बेस्ट इन द वर्ल्ड, और उसको चोट पहुंचाने का काम लगातार चल रहा है। अगर सही मायने में इन्वेस्टिगेशन होता, टाइम बाउंड इन्वेस्टिगेशन होता, तो शायद ये घटना रोकी जा सकती थी।
घर के अंदर घुस के कोई चाकुओं से हमला कर दे तो ये वहाँ की राज्य सरकार और केंद्र सरकार के ऊपर बहुत बड़े प्रश्न चिन्ह खड़ा करता है। इसका मतलब दोनों सरकारें लोगों को सुरक्षा देने में नाकाम रही हैं। और बॉम्बे के अंदर ये पहला इंसिडेंट नहीं हो रहा। इसके पहले सलमान खान के यहाँ शूट आउट हुआ, बाबा सिद्दीकी का मर्डर कर दिया गया। बाबा सिद्दीकी तो इन्हीं के एनडीए के पार्टनर हैं, उनका मर्डर दिन दहाड़े मर्डर कर दिया गया। अगर सेलिब्रिटीज, इतने बड़े बड़े देश के सेलिब्रिटीज ही सुरक्षित नहीं है, अगर इतने बड़े बड़े देश के सेलिब्रिटीज को भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी की डबल इंजन की सरकार सुरक्षा नहीं दे सकती, तो एक आम आदमी की तो सुरक्षा की बात ही क्या करें। और ये जो चल रहा है, ऐसे लगता है चारों तरफ से खबरें आ रही हैं कि गुजरात की जेल में बैठ के एक गैंगस्टर खुलेआम फिरौती कर रहा है, खुलेआम शूट आउट के ऑर्डर दे रहा है। देश भर में अन्य गैंगस्टर खुलेआम अपना अपना राज चला रहे हैं। ऐसे चल रहा है कि लग रहा है कि जो क्रिमिनल्स हैं, उन क्रिमिनल्स की मौजूदा सरकारों के अंदर अच्छी खासी पैठ है। वो धड़ल्ले से जो कुछ कर रहे हैं वो कर रहे हैं, बिना किसी इसके कि कोई उन्हें पकड़ने वाला है, बिना किसी रोक टोक डर, कोई डर नहीं है। ऐसे लगता है जैसे उनको पूरे ऊपर से संरक्षण है और खुल के कर रहे हैं।
बहुत चिंताजनक जो अटैक हुआ है, क्योंकि घर पे जो हमला हुआ है, उनका बच्चा वहाँ उस रूम में सोया हुआ था, तो बहुत फैमिली तो घबराई हुई है। और सैफ अली खान जी ने खुद को डिफेंड, अपने बच्चे को डिफेंड करने के लिए उन्होंने जो किया, उसके ऊपर उनको बहुत स्टिचेस भी आए, वो अस्पताल में अभी है, लेकिन गुड हेल्थ। और ऑफिशियल स्टेटमेंट उनकी फैमिली से भी उनके हेल्थ के बारे में आ चुकी है।
आपकी कमिश्नर से भी बात हुई क्या?
मैंने मुंबई के कमिश्नर से भी बात की, वहाँ के लोकल पुलिस से भी बात की, और उन्होंने कहा है कि मुझे कि कल जब इंसिडेंस हुआ उसके बाद से वहाँ पुलिस पूरी लगी हुई है मुंबई की, और जो इसमें गलत अगर किया हो, जिसने अटैक किया हो, तो जल्द से जल्द पकड़ा जाएगा।
Now moving on, ladies and gentlemen, let us take you to another story, and this in fact is a rather positive one. India has achieved yet another historic milestone in its space journey. The Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, has successfully completed its space docking experiment, the SpaDex, making India the 4th nation in the world after the United States, Russia and China to master in-space docking technology. The announcement came through an official post on platform X by ISRO, which read, and I quote, "Spacecraft docking successfully completed. A historic moment. India has become the 4th country to achieve this feat. Congratulations to the entire team and to India." The achievement took place after 2 satellites, SDX-01 Chaser and SDX-02 Target, executed the docking maneuver in low Earth orbit. Launched by PSLV C-60 on December 30th, 2024, the satellites were under constant observation from the Mission Operations Complex, the MOX, at ISRO'S ISTRAC ISTRAC facility. Success of SpaDex has in fact immense implications for India's future in the space exploration. It demonstrates India's autonomous docking technology, which is essential for building a future Bharatiya Antariksh Station. The mission lays the groundwork for ambitious projects such as Gaganyaan, Chandrayaan-4 and orbital servicing technologies. With SpaDex, India now has the capability to carry out in-space robotics, payload operations and the transfer of power between docked spacecraft. Here's how the docking was in fact achieved. Let's take you through the entire mechanism step by step. It involved a highly sophisticated low-impact system where the chaser and the target satellites maneuvered in stages. From a 15-meter safe distance to a 3-meter hold point, docking was initiated with a precise approach, velocity of just 10 millimeters per second. Now, after the successful capture, the retraction and rigidization of process ensured stability between the satellites. This technique follows the International Docking System standard, but all the technology behind it is proudly indigenous, including a GNSS-based relative orbit determination processor and cutting-edge docking sensors. In fact, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has hailed the success, saying, and I quote, "Congratulations to our scientists at ISRO for this significant stepping stone for India's ambitious space missions in the years to come." Union Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh, has also praised the ISRO for developing the Bharatiya docking system, calling it a game changer for future projects like the Bharatiya Antariksh Station and the Gaganyaan. Congrats ISRO, finally made it. SpaDex has accomplished the unbelievable. Docking complete, and it is all indigenous Bharatiya docking system. This paves the way for smooth conduct of the ambitious future missions, including the Bharatiya Antariksh Station, Chandrayaan-4 and Gaganyaan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's continuous patronage keeps the spirits soaring. This monumental success underscores India's position as a global space power and reaffirms the nation's strides towards cost-effective and advanced space technology.
Outset, I have to congratulate the entire team ISRO. Finally, they have made it. And this is not a small achievement. We are now among the 3 or 4 nations in the world who are in that elite league. And at the same time, I also to express my gratitude from the bottom of my heart to Prime Minister Modi, because all this fast-track movement in space sector has been possible only in the last 3-4 years, because for reasons not very explicit. All these 6-7 decades, the Department of Space were working behind this wheel of secrecy. It was only Prime Minister Modi who allowed the participation of private players. And ever since then, now we are following the same benchmarks as the rest of the world. And we are also, in fact, laying down cues and leads for others to follow.
Moving on to another story now. This is in fact a political development that comes in right ahead of the Delhi elections. As campaign for the upcoming assembly polls in Delhi intensifies, the Election Commission of India has issued an advisory urging political parties to use artificial intelligence responsibly. Now, the election body has also urged all the political parties to in fact disclose if they are using AI in videos and photos related to their election campaigns. EC in its circular has said that clearly label any image, video, audio or any other material generated or significantly altered by the AI technologies with a notation such as AI generated, digitally enhanced or synthetic content. Election body has urged to adhere to the advisory to ensure fair, transparent and responsible use of emerging technologies in election campaigning. Now, in Delhi, ruling Aam Aadmi Party, Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress have all been involved in an intense campaign session over social media with heavy AI being used. Most of the assembly seats, including New Delhi, are likely to witness triangular contests between the AAP, BJP and Congress party on February 5th. Former Delhi Chief Minister is pitted against former BJP MP Parvesh Verma and Sandeep Dikshit of the Congress in the New Delhi Assembly seat. While Aam Aadmi Party is vying for a consecutive fourth term in the national capital, BJP is leaving no stone unturned to return to power in Delhi after almost 2 decades. The move by the Congress party to go all out against its India bloc partner in Delhi polls has added the spice in the Delhi politics at this current point. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we continue with the rest of the top stories of this bulletin, let's quickly take you through some of the leading headlines at this hour as to what's developing where in this snippet. Let's take a look. Moving on now, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking your focus down south. The body of a 70-year-old man whose family claimed he had attained Samadhi was exhumed by the Neyyattinkara police under tight security. The deceased individual has been identified as Gopan Swami. Exhumation came after the Kerala High Court gave the go-ahead to exhume the remains to conduct a post-mortem examination after the local people alleged foul play in his death. Reports say that the body was found in a sitting position and the chamber was filled with sacred ash and materials used for rituals. Body has since been moved to the Medical College Hospital, Thiruvananthapuram for the post-mortem examination. Cause of the death will be revealed only after the examination is done. Authorities will also be conducting a DNA test to ascertain whether the remains are indeed Gopan Swami's or not. Earlier, attempts to exhume the body were met with protests from the family and the residents, who argued that the process violated the beliefs and their practices. The Samadhi place will be demolished today after the High Court rejected the request of the family to stay the RDO's order to open and inspect the tomb. Moving on to the neighbouring state now. The war of words between the ruling Congress and the opposition BJP in the state of Karnataka has escalated ahead of the opening of the US consulate in Bengaluru, with both parties claiming credit. Exchange sharpened after Bengaluru South MP and BJP leader Tejasvi Surya has met External Affairs Minister S. Shankar in New Delhi, offering Mysore Pak, a popular sweet. Karnataka's IT-BT minister Priyank Kharge in fact wrote on platform X, and I quote, "Decision to establish consulates is made by the respective governments based on the economic significance of a city, not on the whims or the personal preferences of BJP MPs or the External Affairs Minister." While the location of the US consulate in Bengaluru is yet to be revealed, it is reported that it will initially operate with a limited number of officers from the JW Marriott Hotel on the Vittal Malya Road before moving to a permanent office.
Sir, thank you so much for what you did for Bangalore. On behalf of literally lakhs of Bengalurians, thank you so much, sir. This was long overdue. This would not have happened without yours and the Prime Minister's relentless effort. Thank you so much. And this is a small token of thanks on behalf of people of Bangalore, small Mysore Pak.
Well, the Mysore Pak is always welcome.
Thank you, sir.
But let me say, you know, I have a special sentiment for Bengaluru and its people. And I am personally very, very excited at the prospect of a US consulate there. I intend to come in person.
Amazing, sir.
And I will certainly, on that occasion, maybe talk about the importance of this consulate, because, you know, I've been associated with the US relationship for almost 45 years now.
Yes.
So for me, this is a very, very important milestone. And I'm really, I think the people of Bengaluru have waited for it for a long time. I think they deserved a consulate. It has, for whatever reason, taken some time. But I'm so glad that it's happening. And for me, when I look back at Prime Minister Modi's visit to the US in 2023, you know, I know there were big geopolitical, strategic things, but believe me, in terms of affecting the life of the common person, this was one great takeaway from that visit, and I want to be there to see it realized.
Thank you so much, sir. And through you, thanks to the Prime Minister, without both of your stewardship, this would not have happened. Thank you so much.
Well, that is the exact video that has now become the center of controversy. Late on January 15, Surya in fact posted this video with Shankar welcoming the US consulate. Video caption read, and I quote, "It's been made possible only and only because of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Shankar's efforts." Surya on November 2019 met Shankar with a written request for a US consulate in Bengaluru. In March 2023, he sought the minister's support for the consulate. There were around 750 multinational companies in Bengaluru, with about 370 of them headquartered in the United States. Surya wrote in his 2019 letter that Bengaluru and Karnataka together accounted for a large pool of students and businessmen traveling to the United States of America. A fully functioning US consulate in Bengaluru would be convenient for at least 500,000 people in Karnataka and would also ease the burden on the consulates in Chennai and Hyderabad. Moving on to another state and a story that's coming in from there now. This is with regards to Andhra Pradesh. More than 2 children. Naidu said he will bring out policies to encourage people to have more children. In fact, he said, and I quote, "At one time, individuals with many children were not allowed to contest the panchayat election or local bodies. Now what I am saying is that individuals with lower numbers of children cannot contest. You will be a sarpanch, municipal councillor, corporation chairman or a mayor only if you have more than 2 children." According to the Chief Minister, North India may lose its advantage of having a stable fertility rate in about 15 years. TDP Supremo in fact noted that the older generations had more children while the current generation brought it down to one child, and also highlighted that some smart people nowadays are going for double income, no kids concept to enjoy. Earlier this month, Naidu flagged the falling birth rates and said that India should not repeat the mistakes committed by other countries such as South Korea and Japan, with birth rates having plummeted. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are slipping into a short break, but on the other side, we'll bring you more stories that are doing the rounds at the very top of this hour. Stay tuned.